Did you know that the majority of men over 60 quietly come to terms with the fact that they are no longer feeling unstoppable in the bedroom? They blame it on just getting older. But what if I told you that the secret to obtaining a solid, dependable erection again has been in plain sight, in your refrigerator? It's a simple, daily vegetable that far too many people ignore or even throw away, not some expensive medication or exotic supplement. No matter how long it's been since you experienced that spark, this simple root vegetable can help your body produce more nitric oxide, which can relax your constricted arteries and restore the surge of blood flow that results in strong, fulfilling erections. Hi there. For more than 30 years, I, Dr. Senior Man, a board-certified urologist, have assisted men in rediscovering their vigor, confidence, and general well-being. Thousands of men in their 60s, 70s, and beyond have worked with me. They came into my office feeling dejected, ashamed, and certain that real connection was no longer possible. However, I'm here to tell you that there is a chance to make things better. Indeed, new studies are demonstrating that one underutilized vegetable can help erections get firmer naturally, without the need for drugs that have a long list of negative side effects. All it might take is discovering how to harness the power of this meal, whereas innumerable men resort to those medications. I'll explain in a moment how this vegetable functions, how to eat and prepare it, as well as when to use it for optimum effect in the bedroom. By the time we're done here, you'll know the exact method I employ with my patients to help them feel refreshed and invigorated once more, as if they're back in their prime, using just the natural tools found in nature. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button and ring the bell to ensure that you don't miss any more science-backed advice tailored specifically for men navigating life beyond 60. If this resonates with you, please leave a fast 1 in the comments. If not, leave a 0. Your input helps me produce content that genuinely has an impact. I appreciate that. Okay, let's get started. The show's star? Beetroot. Yes, that bright, earthy root that's frequently forgotten in the produce drawer or pushed to the side of the plate. You will view it as a powerful tool for increasing circulation and reviving sexual performance once you comprehend what it does inside your body. I'll paint you a picture. In the beginning of my career, I was also doubtful. How could a seemingly insignificant object like a beet have such an impact? But like a recurring clue in a mystery novel, beetroot kept coming up as I dug deeper into research relating nutrition to men's health. Consider Jack, a 72-year-old retired Navy veteran who was one of my patients. One afternoon, his voice hardly audible above a whisper, he sagged into my chair and said, "Doc, I haven't had anything like a real erection in 5 years. I'm devastated that my wife believes I've lost interest." We discussed his blood pressure, his daily routine, and yes, his diet. I recommended that he begin his days with a small glass of beet juice. Nothing fancy, just plain and uncomplicated. 2 weeks later, with a smile I had never seen before, he bounded through my door. "She swears I'm sneaking pills," he said, "but it's just those beets doing the trick." It's because of stories like Jack's that I continue to share this. Why is beetroot so unique? It is rich in dietary nitrates, which are organic substances that your body transforms into nitric oxide, the chemical that tells your blood arteries to relax and enlarge so that blood may freely flow to the areas that need it most. For men over 60, this can mean the difference between dissatisfaction and fulfillment because aging causes natural blood flow to slow down. What about its beauty? Simply make clever use of what's already accessible. No costly bottles or doctor's note are needed. Let's take a closer look at how this process works in your body. Why does nitric oxide become so important as we get older? And why, without realizing it, do so many men in our age range run low on it? It's actually just simple science, but it's powerful. The same thing has been said to me by plenty of older gentlemen. "Doc, the desire is still there, but the follow-through? Not very much." They attribute it to exhaustion, stress, or simply the pages of the calendar turning. However, I usually bring the discussion back to the fundamentals. Blood flow is the main factor in erections. They are not magic. Nothing happens if the blood does not reach the proper location, regardless of how aroused or connected you feel. 3 essential components must work together for everything to work. Your heart must pump efficiently, your arteries must remain open and flexible, and your body must make enough nitric oxide to relax those vessels. The problem is that nitric oxide production naturally declines about age 60. Your artery linings may stiffen up as a result of years of poor diet, persistent inflammation, high blood pressure, or even some medications, transforming what should be a smooth highway into a congested back road. It's a circulation issue that can be resolved, not a lack of manhood per such. You still long for that intimacy, but your body stalls and the frustration is intense. By restoring nitric oxide and aiding in the restoration of that youthful flow, beetroot acts as a dependable old buddy. Fortunately, nature has backups. The more I researched the advantages of beetroot, the more I realized how well suited it was for older guys. After losing his wife, I recall 68-year-old widower Frank taking a tentative step back into dating. Pills, he remarked? No thanks, doc. I want to feel real, not medicated. At first, he was skeptical of my beet proposal, but after a few weeks, he reported feeling more energetic overall, having deeper sleep, and having a fresh enthusiasm for life in addition to having greater erections. His words, "It's like I've woken up." This is due to beets' exceptional multitasking skills, particularly for our target market. First of all, they make your blood vessels more elastic and effective at carrying blood by nourishing the endothelium, the fragile inner layer that becomes hard with time. The transition is like replacing rusted pipes with sleek new ones. Second, beets are excellent in subtly reducing blood pressure, which is a cunning cause of erectile dysfunction in many situations. Vessels are forced shut by high pressure, but beets naturally reduce this strain. Third, they increase the amount of oxygen that reaches your muscles, increasing your stamina for daily tasks, like playing with your grandchildren or taking a fast walk. It's about recovering the vitality that life's stresses have sapped, not about reinventing yourself. And it's difficult to turn away when a straightforward vegetable like this might help reignite that passion. However, as a doctor, I don't promote hype without concrete proof. Proof is necessary for true healing, and beetroot provides it in plenty. I was drawn to a particularly noteworthy study published in the American Journal of Physiology. After drinking beetroot juice every day for 2 weeks, older persons' blood pressure decreased by almost 20 points, and their artery flexibility increased by more than 25%. Just beets, no medications. Men in their 60s and 70s reported greater performance, harder erections, and even those distinctive morning erections that indicate healthy vascular function, according to another article in the Journal of Sexual Medicine. These were regular guys who had accepted a life without sex. They weren't gym rats in their prime. Their bodies responded admirably, though, with beets providing nitric oxide, improved circulation, and blood that was rich in oxygen. In contrast to medications that momentarily cover up symptoms, beets address the underlying causes. The evidence is unmistakable, but what about the changes in real life? They are the source of my passion. However, what if you're thinking, hey, I'm getting close to 70 or 80. Is it too late, really? That's the question that most affects me, and it's frequently uttered in a tone that combines calm hope with defeat. To put it simply, age is a number, not a statement. I witnessed it with Walter, a 74-year-old man who, during our initial conversation, gazed at his shoes. He mumbled, "This old body's done, doc." But I saw a glimmer of hope behind the resignation. "Walter," I responded, "it's not about the years. It's about giving your system the nudge it needs. Bodies become rusty, not forget how to work. Vessels tighten and nitric oxide diminishes. But the framework remains, ready for resuscitation. Because there is still more to recover, the benefits may seem considerably more significant to older men. Men in their late 70s and early 80s have told tales of rekindled passion, rediscovered morning wood, and the courage to grasp their partner's hand once again. It rekindles that feeling of vitality, demonstrating that if you're eager to start, it's never too late. So, how may beets be used to achieve the best results? Details are crucial. Form, dosage, and timing are all important. Patients have told me, "Last week, doc, I added some beets to a salad and nothing happened." And I clarify, sporadic nibbles won't do. Consistency and purpose are essential. I suggest beetroot juice, 5 to 7 ounces fresh, or premium powder diluted with water for my elderly customers, because it is strong, quickly absorbed, and gentle on the stomach. To gradually raise nitric oxide levels, aim for a regular intake of a scoop or glass in the morning. Organizing a get-together for the evening? For an added kick, drink it 1 to 2 hours before. Squeeze in some lemon for vitamin C, which accelerates the conversion of nitrate to nitric oxide. Over time, a small change can have a large impact. Most people notice changes in a week or two: firmer erections, greater energy, and improved flow. But perseverance is your friend. It takes dedication to reverse years of decline. A brief word of caution: safety comes first. Even though beets are a natural wonder, most people are safe with them, but be aware of the pigment's innocuous beeturia, pinkish urine or stool. It's simply beets saying hello, nothing major. Consult your doctor first if you have a history of kidney stones, because the oxalates in beets may aggravate the condition. The same goes for blood pressure medications, which may intensify their effects and cause your blood pressure to drop too low. It's uncommon, but worth looking into. Ask questions and pay attention to your body. Awareness is the foundation of good health. Combine beets with easy routines to enhance their magic. Synergy wins the show, not a single artist. Walk for 20 to 30 minutes every day to start. This will increase testosterone, regulate blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and get your heart rate up. I've witnessed men go from being couch-bound to being trailblazers, with an added advantage of better erections. Make sleep a priority as well. Hormones replenish during this time. If you don't get enough sleep, your system will continue to malfunction. Limit your intake of sugary snacks and fried junk food because they clog your arteries. Without completely changing your life, these adjustments cultivate a favorable environment for beets to flourish. Let me take a moment to talk to you directly and get out of doctor mode. I've seen the silent suffering in men's eyes, not just the loss of physical success, but also the loss of joy, relationships, and identity. Intimacy is not over, even if you're nodding along and thinking it's a closed book. Even if it may move more slowly, your body's desire to connect never goes out. A delicate yet powerful ally to kindle those flames, beetroot is interwoven with walks, rest, and wise eating, reviving flow, vitality, and that sense of full existence. In conclusion, nitric oxide and healthy circulation are essential for erections, particularly after the age of 60. With the help of science and anecdotes, beets restore both. Be consistent, use them sensibly, and pay attention to the shift. Your prime is waiting. It's not past. I read them all, so please like, share, and comment if this resonated with you. It generates more content that can change lives and spreads the message. Please consider making a donation using the link below. Any amount helps. We appreciate your participation. Let's get back to feeling alive. To go deeper, let's take a quick look at the history of nitric oxide. It was discovered in the 1980s, and because of its contribution to vascular health, it was awarded a Nobel Prize in 1998. Engorgement is made possible by the relaxation factor for penile arteries in men. Because of oxidative stress brought on by pollution and poor food, enzymes like enos deteriorate with age, reducing NO by as much as 50% by the age of 60. Beets combat this by converting soil nitrates through saliva and gut microbes. Anecdote. After a heart attack, a 65-year-old instructor started doing yoga and beets, which not only helped him have erections again, but also reduced his cholesterol by 15%. Research enlarges. A 2020 meta-analysis published in Nutrients examined 16 trials and confirmed that beets increase endurance via mitochondrial efficiency and lower blood pressure, averages 4 to 5 millimeters in mercury systolic. After 4 weeks of beet juice,